Aishishisi Ainamida Lihle King Ngoy. Good morning.
Good morning, Mams. Kunjani?
I'm blessed. Thank you so much. Yeah, usemonti yacaca uba ushishis senje uba yonke into zange wathi usekapa ube clear ngohlobo uyacaca ubulapha. Siyakuthimba. Well, khabulisa abaphulaphuli beKids Ngesi Radio.
Good morning to all the listeners at Ngesi Radio. I'm super excited today. Today we're going to be talking about the business blueprint for 2022.
The business?
The business blueprint for 2022.
Business blueprint for 2022. Okay, right. Yes, mandinikele kuwe.
Awesome. So, over the last few weeks, we've been talking a lot about leverage, right? Spoke about leverage of systems, leverage of using leverage to create wealth. And ultimately, the business blueprint for 2022 is all about leverage. It's all about relationships, right? It's about, being connected, right? I was having a conversation with one of my business partners a few days.
Lihle, ndicela unditshekshele your earphones or headphones. There is a feedback endivayo apha kum kwenza into yobana sizoqiniseka into yoba asizuphazamisa zikude inoba zikude because there is a feedback mhlawumbi ke ayizubaphazamisa abaphulaphuli.
Injani?
Okay. Masiqhube mhlawumbi saba right.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, the blueprint for 2022, business blueprint for 2022 is all about business. It's all about connecting yourself and finding out what other business owners want and getting them what they want. Finding out what the people want and getting them what they want. Right.
Sure.
In these days, it's much, much more easy. It's never been more easier to connect in a world and, to connect people together, because every business owner has some problems. Every business owner has problems, right? We spoke about, leverage in terms of, having the skills that are required in the marketplace, using your skills as leverage, to be able to get into the game.
Okay.
A lot of people think that they will be starting businesses next year and they want to start businesses from scratch. And, my opinion is that they're going to fail, right? Because so many people are starting businesses. So many people are starting businesses.
Kaloku umuntu masizameni masibe ne-side hustle masithintini and kuthiwa it's never too late. Kutheni ngoku uzawuthi zizawufail njani?
Yeah, this is not really the time to be starting new businesses, to be, starting new products and doing things from scratch. There's so many businesses out there. So many businesses out there. It's unbelievable, right? If you really want to start, you know that the average person who starts a business from scratch is probably going to make money on the 3rd or 4th year, starts business from scratch.
Ayixhomekeki nalihle uba ibhizinesi yantoni. Ayixhomekeki on what type of business. Because amucinga into yoba ibhizinesi yolungisa imoto okanye ibhizinesi yokwenza ntoni na ayizufana nebhizinesi yoba ndizawupheka and ndithengisa iplate erenkini senje uba ayixhomekeki kuloo nto kuze ndibe kanti ndiyayibona okanye ixhomekeke uba nyhani ndifuna uqala kweyiphi level.
So we're talking about businesses where you are developing a new product, you are developing that has never been done, and stuff like that. Right?
Okay.
In fact, even as businesses, when you don't have the right guidance, of course, but the thing is, if you are not as connected as you should be, like, can you imagine if I started, the TENS automotive business with Vusi alone? If we started to do it on our own, I promise you, we wouldn't have achieved not even 90% of what we've done. As smart as we are, as connected as we are, we would have never achieved 90% of what we've achieved.
Okay.
Because, of not having the right relationships. Business in 2022 is all about relationships. Not so
Okay.
much about how hard you're going to work, what you can do. Connect yourself with rich people, connect yourself with people who are doing big things, and then go in there and serve them with some real serious skills to help grow their businesses, right? It could be through a contact, it could be, through marketing and sales, because guess what? There is no business that will never not want new customers. Marketing. There's no
Sure.
business that will not want new clients. So every business wants new people. Every business wants to make more money. Right.
Okay.
If your business doesn't want to make more money, if you as a business owner don't want to make more money, within the next few years you will be out of business, because someone like me will come into your industry and say he wants to make more money. Right. Well, we're going to cut you out because we want to take over. Right. That's the whole aim. Right.
So you're saying 2022 masingene sinento ethu i-contacts zakho, it's all about ba wazibani uthini na, and it's about xa ungabazi ukukhangela abantu abanalento unayo ukwazi ke uba uyokuqhagamshana nabo, otherwise business izawa.
Yeah, the thing is this, right? So I'm going to make an example, right? The modern way of doing business is going to be similar with what myself and Vusi, my business partner, did with Tenzo Automotive, right? So we found a business system that survived level 5, right? That worked, that made money in a good or bad economy, right?
Okay.
And after that, we then said, you know what? Me and Vusi are very good at raising capital. Me and Vusi are very good at pitching. Me and Vusi are very good at identifying good deals. We're good at marketing. We're good at selling, right? So those are our skills. So we said to the founders of the entity that, listen, man, and remember that this is a 6 to 7 figure business, a business that produces 7 figures of revenue per month in this economy. Right.
Okay.
And then in 1 year, a turnover of 7 figures in this economy. Right. The systems are in place. Right. It's in line with all the regulators of the industry. We checked the systems. We're happy with the legal processes of the business. We're happy, with the way, the target market of the business, and the executability of the idea, right, of the business. And then instead of starting our own thing and saying, oh, you know what, we saw Ubani Senza, so Masambe so Tungapaya. We went to the partner and said, listen, man, this is what we can bring to your table. We can grow your business. We can grow your brand, right?
Okay.
We can take your brand, across this country faster than you can. That's what we said. Right? So that is how you should be looking at doing business in 2022, right? And guess what? Our first business, that we started just in August is now, already a 6-figure business. We started it in August. 6-figure business. It already has all the accreditations it needs. RMI, MIWA, all those things are in place. Right.
So you're saying xa ungena kwi-business okanye ufuna ungena kwi-business kwi-2022 qiniseka into yobana kuyo yonke loo nto leyo uzawukhangela mhlawumbi i-business that is already operating but ene-systems ezi-right in place. Systems in place, ufike wena wongeze eso skill sakho, because if uqala from scratch ukuze ibhiziness yakho bekanti uyayibona ibheka ngaphi iza kuthatha about 4 years. Sure.
Yeah. And the thing is, you don't have 4 years in this economy. There is no 4 years. Yeah, you understand. So that is what we're doing. Next year, I'm starting a pharmaceutical as well. And right now, I've been meeting a lot of, pharmacist owners, and, doctors and professionals within that space to learn about their business systems. What are they doing? What are they creating? What are they up to? And the average pharmaceutical, if I can share this, the average pharmaceutical made an average of 8 million rand last year, turnover.
Yeah.
Now,
so you're saying because into endiyifunayo into yoba thina abantu ke ngoku bangakho business abayifunayo le nto ndifuna uhambe nathi ba okay njengokuba ngoku wena ufuna ke ngoku to venture into pharmaceutical industry, seeing that ke ingathi ngoku sihleli kwi-vaccine, sihleli kuyo yonke le nto, uyabona uba there's money there because uqale ibhizinesi in fact we ventured from property, being a property investor and everything, all, waziqonda uba okay ii-property zirayithi ndirayithi, wawelela kwibhizinesi oyikhangela wayibona uba isurvivile kwi-level 5 lockdown, yaqhuba eno-6 figures, 7 figures, iyenza. But now we are saying amaqanda mawangabi sebhaskethini eyi-1, ukhangela enye ibhizinesi engathi again kule economy sikuyo iyasurvive, you want to venture into pharmaceutical but nayo awuyazi because awunaso esa skill. Wena umzekelo lungisa imoto, awuzukwazi ukuthengisa, awungolwanda, awunanantsika, khange uyofunda ngapha laa minyaka yabo mininzi. But ndifuna ezi tips into yobana what is it, umntu othi ndifuna ungena, mandithi nam ndifuna ungena kufama, ndifuna ungayingxameli lento uba zeziphi izinto ofanele uba uyazijonga ndizokuyeka ngoku because it's 7:37.
Awesome. So there's a lot of ways through which you can venture in business without having money, right? So number one is you can leverage off your contacts. Remember, we spoke about leveraging of relationships. So you can use someone get someone who has the money.
Okay.
Right? Get someone who has the money. That's value that you bring to the table. This person found money 300,000, 500,000, $1 million. They have the startup capital needed to inject into a project. You know them. Then you're like, listen, there's this guy. He's doing this and this and that. I think it's best that you meet him. He might have an opportunity that might interest you.
Okay.
Right. That's number one. So somebody like me, I'm always open to sharing, giving people some equity and shares in deals like that, cutting them in on deals like that, right? I'm always like that, right?
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two is you could come on board and say, listen, I'm willing to do the sweat equity, right? So let's say, for example, you are a pharmacist yourself, you know how pharmaceutical is run. You've got plus minus 10 years experience, whatever the years are. You can come and be like, listen, man, I want to run your branch for you. You understand? Those are skills.
Okay.
I'm in the automotive workspace, workshop space, and I know nothing about fixing cars. Like, I've never been that guy who opens his bonnet. If I'm going to open my bonnet, trust me, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably just trying to show off or trying to look cute, but I know nothing about what's in that bonnet, right? Yeah. So for me, I don't really want to know about, all the details, it's the bonneting or all the details on what's the best cough medicine, what's the medicine you use when you have coronavirus or whatever. For me, I want to understand the business system. How am I going to make money in this? How can I sell this? How can I market this? Those are the things that interest me. Is this legal, right? Can I do this anywhere in this country? Is this duplicable? Does this have a system through which I can employ and not have to be there? I get bored easily, right? I don't want to be working every day with pharmaceutical, and counting customers and sitting in the office and looking all smart. I don't want to be inside. I just want to build business systems, look at it, and then move to the next thing, right? So that's how I am, right? It's just, as you said the other day, you going, after your business is like a hunter, right? You secure the deal, build a business system around it, move to the next thing, right? And then the system's going to grow independent of you, right? Remember that the definition of being an entrepreneur is that you need to be able to leave your business for 90 days and still make money.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. I don't want to, you are in business so that you can be able to create financial freedom for yourself, your family, improve the quality of your family, your life, and all of that. You don't want to be in business to work 20 hours a day and still make 20,000 a month. So yeah.
Yeah, xa ndiza kuyeka quick recap, umuntu ofuna ungena ebhizinesini othi ndifuna uqalisa, ndifuna ubona ukuba jonga ndinayo izama nale nto, ndinayo le nto ndifuna uyenza, uyi-advising into yobana ngeli xesha le-economy do not start something from scratch, into engazange yabonwa. Because kuzawufuneka ukuclosa i-eventa, into entsha completely, inento enintsi akuthatha about 4 or 5 years, i-licensing, SABS approved, ihambe yonke into, ulamba apha esuswini ubopha ibhanti mani sithi awulunga ngenye imini. So we are saying kuleni economy ngena kwaseyiqhuba uqiniseke into yobana ba okay le ilekisha phaa mandifike neskill sam ndithi ndilungise suyiqala enter from scratch. We are not talking here about into ze-network marketing and everything. Ezo nto zinto ungazenza baxesela ngumntu ofuna uba in real business, not that ke abakho kwi-real business, but into ekuthiwa we are selling you know into oyenzayo, i-service okanye izinto eziphathekayo, yabona ne? So we are saying masinge ku-2022 and masisebenzise ii-contacts zethu. I-contacts, you said ngenye imini i-contacts zakho funeka uthi xa ujonga apha efowunini yakho abantu abalapha uyazi at least 10 of them ndiyakwazi ukuthi kubo jongani man khaninditheni apha i-500,000 uphinde uhle at least abayi-20 ndiyakwazi ukuthi khanisapheni mani noba noma 100 xa umuntu esithi akanayo imamba uyawela ku-50 njalo xa ujonga abantu bakho qoma okay ndiyakwazi ukuthi jonga mani ndihle awunayo 5,000 rand nje 5,000 rands ehleliyo. So i-contacts afuneka i-contacts awukwazi into yoba nibe kanti niyakwazi ukuncedana, and ke ngoku i-contacts zakho zifanele uba zikuncedise to secure revenue, to secure contracts.
Yeah, your contacts must, you know, you need to have rich friends. You know, if you don't have rich friends, you're gonna get jacked up. You're not gonna have money. I don't care how much money you make. If you don't have rich friends, you're gonna lose it all. That's just how it works. You know, rich begets rich, wealth begets wealth, poverty begets poverty. You know, that's just how it goes. You know, you need to make sure your squad. You're always increasing your squad. I always say 70% of your time should be spent building networks. You should be out there building relationships every single day, talking to new people every single day. Strangers have the money you are looking for, right? I've made more money with strangers than with people I grew up with. I've made more money with strangers than with people who said I've got potential.
Okay.
Right. So Indo Yako is with strangers, basically. You know, it's people that you meet every single day. Get yourself out there, go and meet business people. Don't stay in your closet and try to be a hard worker alone, figuring things out on your own. Because you will meet a guy like me, like we started into the automotive space just like in August. And by the end of this year, or maybe mid-January, I'll be having 5 branches in 5 cities. Kuseko umntu oyifundeleyo ukuba ngumechanic on automotive work one for 20 years.
Phuma lihle ixesha liphelile. Thank you so much. Yey bethuna enkosi lihle abantu ke abangakukhangelayo sendibayibekele nje phaa ku-083 896 5883 for more information. Ningalibali ukuthi nifumene iKeith Ngesi Radio xa nincokola nolihle. Lihle enkosi kakhulu ngexesha lakho.
Thank you so much, Mams. Thank you so much.
Siyabulela. Sure. Lihle King Nqoyi ngamkhangela ke uSkat ke na ke sibunikele social networks khale ku-Google. Hey, salala outside ngolihle. Sawuphuma ke ngapha baphulaphuli ngoku. Time now is 15 minutes before 8 o'clock. Ngumkhono phambi kokuba sithi ke intsimbi yesibhozo Central African Time. This is Keith Ngesi Radio. We're doing radio according to you. Jonga simane sikuthi usajonge esilesine sikuthi siphinde sikuwise ngenye zakuwisa ngoku emva kwentsimbi yesibhozo nge-8:10 ndimnawe apha eTshatshalazeni. Masikhaleze ke sibheke engomeni sizokwazi ke basiphume silungiselele ke amandwendwe akhona. In fact ndizabe ndiqhuba ngapha nephambili kumaphephandaba kodwa ngoku Power of Love mntase Luther Van Ross. Good morning.